Renting a house means paying money to live in a home that is not yours. The home belongs to another person. This person is called the landlord. The person who lives in the house is called the tenant. The tenant gives money every month to the landlord. This money is called rent. Renting is a good choice for people who do not want to buy a house. It is also good for those who cannot buy a house right now. Some people rent houses when they move to a new city. They may need to rent because of work, school, or family. Renting can be a short-term or long-term choice. When you rent, you do not need to pay a lot of money at one time. Buying a house costs a lot more money. Renting is often easier for many people. Renting lets people have a home without needing to save or borrow money to buy a house. It can be helpful in many situations. Renting a house comes with rules. The landlord makes these rules clear to the tenant. For example, some landlords do not allow pets in the house. Other rules may include not painting the walls or keeping the house clean. The tenant must follow these rules to live in the house. Following the rules helps keep the landlord happy. It also helps the tenant stay in the house without any problems. Finding a house to rent is the first step. There are different ways to look for a house. Each way can help you find the house that is right for you. One popular way is to look online. Websites and apps have many houses listed for rent. You can see pictures, read details, and check the price easily. Online searching is fast and helpful. Some websites are free to use. Others may ask for money to help you find houses or contact landlords. Another way to find a house is by reading newspapers. Newspapers have a section with houses for rent. These ads usually give the size, location, and rent cost. This method is good if you do not have the internet. It is also helpful if you like to see information in print. Many people still use this way. The ads are often short but have useful details. Look carefully to make sure the house matches what you need before contacting the landlord. You can also ask people you know for help. Friends, family, and coworkers may know of houses that are available for rent. Sometimes landlords do not advertise online or in newspapers. Instead, they ask people to spread the word. This way can be fast and simple. Asking people you trust can help you find a house quickly. They might know a good house that is just right for you and your family. Before choosing a house, check important details. The location of the house is one of the most important things to think about. Is the house near your work, school, or public transportation? A good location saves time and money. It makes daily life easier for you and your family. Always check how many rooms the house has. Make sure it is big enough for everyone who will live there. The size should fit your needs. Cost is also important. The rent must fit your budget. Make sure you can pay the rent each month without problems. Check if there are extra costs, like paying for water or electricity. These are called utilities. Knowing all costs helps you plan well. Take time to compare houses before choosing. Look at the details and think about what works best for your needs and your budget. After finding a house, the next step is to talk to the landlord. Talking to the landlord helps you understand the house better before renting it. You can ask important questions when you meet or call the landlord. Asking these questions will help you decide if the house is right for you. One key question is, how much is the rent? Knowing the rent is important. It tells you how much money you need to pay every month. Another important question is about utilities. Ask if things like water, electricity, and internet are included in the rent. Sometimes you need to pay for these separately. Ask if the house is furnished. A furnished house has furniture like beds, tables, and chairs. If the house is not furnished, you must bring your own furniture. You should also ask about the rental period. Some houses allow short stays, while others require staying for 6 months or a year. It is also important to ask about the house rules. Some landlords do not allow pets. Others may not allow smoking or playing loud music in the house. If you have pets or special needs, ask the landlord before renting. This helps you avoid problems after moving into the house. Another good question is about repairs. Ask who will fix things if they break. For example, will the landlord fix a leaking tap or broken light? Asking questions helps you understand the house and the landlord. You will feel more confident when you have clear answers to your questions. It is also good to meet the landlord in person if possible. This way, you can see how they communicate and if they are helpful. Talking to the landlord is an important step. It helps you know what to expect and decide if the house is the right choice for you. After talking to the landlord, the next step is to sign the rental agreement. This is a very important paper for both you and the landlord. A rental agreement is also called a lease. It is a paper that has all the rules about renting the house. Both the tenant and landlord sign it. The agreement protects both sides. It explains what the tenant must do and what the landlord must do. This makes renting fair and clear for everyone. The rental agreement includes many details. One important part is the rent amount. This tells how much money the tenant pays every month. Another part of the agreement is the payment date. It says when the tenant must pay the rent. This is often on the first day of the month. The length of stay is also written in the agreement. It explains how long the tenant can live in the house, such as 6 months or 1 year. House rules are another key part of the rental agreement. These rules may include no pets, no smoking, or no loud music in the house. Some agreements include a security deposit. This is extra money paid at the start. The landlord keeps it to fix any damage when the tenant leaves. All these details are written clearly in the rental agreement. The tenant must read and understand every part before signing it. Before signing the agreement, the tenant should read it carefully. If something is not clear, ask the landlord to explain it. Never sign the agreement if you feel unsure. Signing means you agree to follow all the rules in the paper, so take your time. After signing, keep a copy of the agreement. This is important in case you need to check the rules or any details in the future. After signing the rental agreement, it is time to move into your new house. Moving can be exciting, but also needs careful planning. Start by making a list of what you need to bring. This will help you pack everything you need and make the moving process easier. The list can include clothes, furniture, kitchen items like plates and pots, and personal items like a toothbrush, towels, and soap. If the house is already furnished, check what is included. Some furnished houses may still need extra items, like bed sheets or pillows. Before you move in, check the house carefully. Make sure everything is clean and in good condition before placing your things inside. Look at the doors, windows, lights, and water taps. If you see any problems, like broken items, tell the landlord before unpacking. When you move in, organize your things in a way that makes you feel comfortable. Arrange your furniture and put items where you want them. Unpack your boxes step by step. Start with things you use every day, like clothes, kitchen items, and personal items, to make your home ready quickly. Labeling boxes can help during unpacking. It saves time because you know where everything is. Moving becomes smoother and more enjoyable this way. Asking for help can also make moving easier. Friends or family members can help you carry heavy boxes and set up the house faster. Take your time to arrange the house. There is no need to rush. Enjoy the process and make the house feel like a home. Moving into a new house is a big step. Careful planning and organizing will help you settle in and enjoy your new place. Living in a rented house comes with responsibilities. To be a good tenant, you must follow the house rules and take care of the home. Keeping the house clean is very important. Sweep and mop the floors, clean the windows, and throw away trash regularly. If something breaks in the house, like a tap or a door, tell the landlord quickly. This will help fix the problem before it gets worse. Paying rent on time is another important duty. Check the rental agreement to know when the rent is due. Most people pay rent once a month. If you have trouble paying rent on time, tell the landlord as soon as possible. Good communication can help avoid misunderstandings. Late payments without notice can cause problems. The landlord may not trust you if you do not pay on time, so it is always better to be honest. Respecting the house rules is also important. If the rules say no pets or no smoking, follow them. Breaking the rules can upset the landlord. Avoid making loud noises, especially at night. This keeps the landlord and your neighbors happy. Good relationships make your stay more enjoyable. Communication with the landlord is key. If you have questions or problems, talk to them politely. Clear communication can solve many issues easily. Taking care of the house shows respect for the landlord. When you follow the rules and pay rent on time, the landlord trusts you. Being a good tenant helps you enjoy your home. It also helps you stay in the house as long as you need without any issues. Living in a rented house is easy if you respect the house and the landlord. A good relationship makes renting a positive experience.